y'all already know who I am. I'm literally just starting this right now. I'm not even finna do that whole preamble. I'm talking to my homie and I'm getting this out the way. It's Chauncey. Nigga, I'm tired. Bro, I am. Look, I was so geeked up with yesterday knowing that I was going to do both Laugh Factories in a day.
Right.
Like scheduled. Like I've done both Laugh Factories in a day, but I wasn't scheduled to do. Like I had did Long Beach one night, then I was like, yo, I don't feel like going home. So I'm gonna just slide through Hollywood. But I was booked to do Hollywood, then booked to have to go do Long Beach, which was cool in theory. Nigga went up like second or third in Hollywood. I was fine with that. Did 20, cool. I tore the line out that goddamn room, and then I had to drive an hour to like 45 minutes to Long Beach. I get there. Look at the lineup. I'm the last one up, and everybody's doing 20 minutes apiece. I was like, Jesus, shoot me. And then I had to drive an hour back to my crib. Bro, I have never driven like this so much. Like, ugh, come on, I stay open. Stay open.
All right.
And so when I got up this morning, because I set my alarm for 10. I was like, fuck this getting up at 8 shit today. I said, I'm gonna set it for 10. I still woke up at 8. I was mad. I couldn't go back to sleep. Woke up at 8, was up. Chauncey?
Yeah.
Oh, you was froze. I was like, your face was frozen. I was like, what the hell did you just sit like this for?
Right. I was looking on you and I was like, I hope it ain't my end.
Yeah, but so, I mean, other than I'm just, I'm exhausted in a good way. I really can't. I could complain, bro, all day, but I think the only complaint I have is I'm exhausted doing all this, but I would like to be paid. Like
Right.
it's a work out here with all this, you showcasing the hustling, you trying to make a little bit of change doing some things. And like this month and kind of last month, my freelance gigs, this month my freelance gigs was kind of slow.
Right.
So nigga, I was like, how we paying November's rent? And I was like, you know what? I first I got like the beginning of the month, I was stressed out about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that to myself. I'm not gonna stress myself out about that on top of this busy schedule that's every day I have. Like, I'm not gonna do it. So it's just that's really been it, man. It ain't been like nothing, it's crazy because it's like one moment I'm like, man, I think I want to be in a relationship. It's cuffing season, blah, 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 blah. And then I was driving home last night. I was like, I wouldn't be able to be good for nobody right now. You know what I'm saying? My relationship would end so quickly.
Shit, basically what I've gone through with this damn app that I was telling you about, the dating app.
No, you ain't tell me about no dating app, did you?
I think I did.
You said you was dating. You didn't say an app, though.
Yeah, I call myself trying out to see what's what. I'm like, ain't shit out here, man. It's like way too many daggone Cardi, Meg, and Nicki Minaj wannabes out here. And it's like, I just want a decent looking chick.
Look, I understand this, that everyone wants to have their own standards. Everyone wants to have some, they want to make sure this is what they want that somebody brings to the table. And that's fine.
Right.
But please don't ask me to bring this much to the table and you don't bring anything to the table. I'm not saying you don't bring the same, but you don't bring anything. And that's the crazy thing about out here a lot, because yes, it happens on both ends, men and women. They both fake the funk and try to fake it till you make it. But I know a lot of people been out here like, I'm looking for a man who blah, 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 and you are sleeping on the couch.
Thank you. Because it's like a plethora of chicks out here that's always speaking about, they want you to make X amount of dollars. They want you to drive this certain type of thing or whatever. But y'all asses still driving the damn Hondas and stuff like that. But you ain't gonna, you talking about you won't, date nobody who drives a Camry or a Accord. I'm like, come on now, make it make sense.
See, when those are part of your standards, that's absolutely absurd. Because go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying it was beyond absurd.
Yeah, because it's like that could be somebody on a bus. What are you talking about? And your concern is what type of car. They have a car. As long as the car ain't like falling apart or it's illegal, you know what I'm saying? What are you worried about? I just don't, even when it like dudes, I want a chick that look like this, her body got to be there, she can't weigh more than this, blah blah blah. Like, hey man, look, let me tell you something. Realistic expectations of what a woman is she is not 109 pounds soaking wet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
women, some women just are naturally thick. Just it
Right.
is what it is. But because of what Hollywood, I mean, this industry does, this
Right.
industry makes you think you got to be pencil fucking thin. And if you're not pencil thin, there's this entire whole category to make it seem like, oh, you're different because you're just bigger. Like, look, there are bigger people, but then there are just normal fucking people,
Right.
you know, and the scale of what that is, it to me is just absurd. It's just like it makes absolutely no sense. I just
No.
watched this video on Twitter right before you came in.
Yeah.
And since I'm saying this on the Patreon, white people, y'all need to get your own. And when I say that, I guess these are white people in Germany who
Mhm.
decided to do a mashed potato attack on a $110 million Monet painting. Why did they do this? Because just like the chick with the tomato soup, to address climate change. I don't know what the fuck they think this is going to do. It does not going to change. Oh my God, they throwing shit on paintings. We got to make sure we do it. They're not doing that.
Right.
Fucking hell.
It's goofy, man. I tell you. And kind of speaking of, on this whole dating stuff or whatever, and it's like, it seemed like a lot of people are unraveling out here in terms of like, just famous folk or what have you. Because prime example with like, how everybody and their mama was just ranting and raving about the whole thing with Nia Long or whatever. Then it was at Tia Mowry and stuff. It's like, how about we stop trying to look to them for relationship expectations?
But that's always been the case. Let's just be real. People have always looked to celebrity relationships as goals before it was titled that and given that whole moniker of, oh, this is goals.
Right.
Celebrity relationships have always been that. When you see those old school relationships that were always paraded out in front of you, oh, this is what I want. Look, let's go back in our community, bro. Ruby Davis
Right.
and Ruby D and Ossie Davis. Like,
Oh,
everybody was always like, that was goals. So unfortunately, it's just like now when one breaks up again, when people kept being like, how you gonna cheat on Nia Long? Nigga, Beyonce got cheated on. That by Jay-Z out of all people.
exactly.
Okay. So I get what you're saying, but like it's because this fantasy world of perfection in which not only social media, but just the entertainment industry in general has brought us.
Mm-mm.
It is made it where this is what you live to see happily ever after, right? Like right now, the best one people are compared it to is Jennifer Lopez, because I think she's probably the only chick that circled back to a nigga.
Right.
Like, she didn't been through every stage of Super Saiyan to go back to one.
Mm.
Like, and got married to Ben Affleck. Like, if they are they gonna stay together? Are they gonna stay happy? We don't know. People are like, oh, they should more than likely because they came back together. There's no guarantee.
There's no guarantee. Plus the fact, on the side note, from the way people talking, they, because how everybody like to read body language and all that shit. They looking at, Ben with her in public events. They like, he doesn't look happy. He looks like he regrets this. It's like, how the fuck do you know? Maybe he's tired.
The nigga's tired.
Right.
Ben Affleck is tired. Ben Affleck, I don't think people understand what. Oh, because somebody said this. I saw this one time. How can he be tired? He's not doing Batman. What the fuck do you think this man does?
Oh my God.
It's because this man ain't doing one movie.
Right.
You not realize this man is now a producer and director on top of being an actor still?
Right.
And he has kids. Like, I don't know why people don't think people look, just because somebody don't look up, they're not glowing in the face when we see them in the camera all the time. They must be something wrong. No, they're fucking human.
Exactly.
Look, I've started to elevate in this level, quote unquote, from what I've been told, celebrity, right?
Right.
And I'm grateful for it. I just wanted to pay the dividends as far as financially. The name recognition, the perks are cool, great.
Mm.
But with all that being said, if you see me out in these streets and you look at me like, why is he just so mad? Is he not happy with his career? Motherfucker, I got real life I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
I
It's
got a
like,
teenage son who I have to remember is a teenager in his first year of college. So when I used to talk to him every day, I don't talk to him like that. So I can't be upset because it's like he's having his life now fully. I got a 9-year-old who she just want to have her little life. Her mama, who I still have feelings for, unfortunately, which I don't know why. I'm fucking stuck. That's another subject for a whole nother day. But it gets me. So that's just personal in my immediate life.
mhm.
Immediately. Then don't go to my financial situation where it's like, oh, you're doing all this stuff, so you got to be what, nigga. The amount of family members that keep calling me thinking I got money because I'm on TV. I was like, I'll kill all y'all.
Man, man, I tell you, it's like I had to tell a couple family members on my end. I'm like, listen, I'm willing to help you out if when I can, but don't be, trying to blow me up, expect me I'm supposed to give you something every time you pop and be like, hey. I'm like, if I got it, cool. If I don't, you gotta understand that shit.
That's it. But to sit there and say, to go back to what you said, for people to say that he don't look happy because of his body language when they out in public, how the fuck do you know? I hate when people try to infer and assume. Like, I also hate, that's why TMZ is such a big, I hate these celebrity gossip sites and
I,
blogs that have to go off of speculation and what you think, and they're doing it for content and clicks. Like, people just can't have a normal fucking life. That's why people live in gated communities. That's why
mhm,
people try to. That's why people try to stay away from people and act like. That's why people, when you see celebrities, they're hat like this,
right.
sunglasses on, a fucking hoodie like this, so
Mhm,
you don't know who they are. And people don't get that.
no. And then kind of going back to what you're saying about, the whole clicks and stuff like that. I'm noticing a lot of these Negroes on YouTube who like to go back and forth a lot. That's their new little shtick. They want to try to jump on, the whole celebrity thing or what have you, and try to base off their little bullshit ass theories off the hearsay stuff or whatever. And it's like,
I got
yeah,
one better for you. I got
right.
one better for you.
All
They
right.
bullshit. They always, all of you notice, it's always a nigga now trying to go viral on a podcast, trying to talk about women and giving advice and saying the most ass backwards shit. And you have a couple women doing the same thing. And
Oh, yeah.
now that's the thing. And then they want to go viral just so they can turn around and say, well, you don't know the whole context.
Prime example, this nigga DJ Academics.
That nigga's just a lame in general.
Oh,
Fuck that
yeah.
nigga. I don't know how anybody has given that nigga that much. Look, he should have caught the works years ago.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Years ago, he should have caught that business. When Vic Mensa told him one time, don't play with me.
Right.
Don't play with me.
Right. And he was
Like,
looking spooked as fuck.
he was spooked because he realized Vic wasn't playing. He
But when
realized, yo, I'm not one of these other niggas that's gonna play with you, bro. Don't play with me like this. And
right,
so you have that. Academics has been this nigga that's always trying to. He's from whatever. He's not even a fucking DJ.
right, exactly.
So you get people like that who have to clout chase consistently because if they have to extend their 15 minutes, they have to stretch it as long as possible because the more they stretch it, the more relevant they can be. And then they're going to be people who want to feed into that toxicity, if you will, and feed into that and then book them to be places. And so then more and more, and it's a look, it's the fresh and fit niggas. They had their moment. And they keep trying to have one, but it's like people are like, nah, we're not fucking with y'all that much. Everybody is trying to replace what Kevin Samuels was.
Right. Like a prime example is this new nigga out on the streets called Anton Daniels. And he this self-professed millionaire cat from Detroit. And it's like, if you're a damn millionaire, why are you wasting your time on YouTube trying to be another Kevin Samuels wannabe? And he
No,
wanted
you could be I believe this. You could be a millionaire being on YouTube. My thing is, what I see when I see some of these millionaires, and this isn't to fully, disavow what you're saying. When
right,
I see some of these people on like Instagram and they're giving legit self-help and motivation. Not this, why you doing this? You should be doing this to make more money. It's just like, yo, your people are gonna say this about you. Don't give a fuck what they say. Do what you do. If you do what you do to be at the best level that you can be and then some, then you will succeed in being everything that you wanted to be and everything they thought you could be. Things like that.
right. But yeah, this is the type of Negro though. He
Oh,
black
go
culture
ahead.
trash and want to just denounce a lot of stuff or whatever. Basically on some conservative shit. And he want to big up Florida so hard, but and want to be another one of these niggas want to keep Chicago in his mouth and stuff. And it's like, gone somewhere, dude.
I really hate that conservative grifting
hmm
has become a lucrative financial career move.
Oh yeah.
People can sit there and say all day, well, this country has lost its way, blah, 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 blah. No, the country has consistently evolved.
hmm
The country has always evolved and moved forward. You just don't like how it's evolving.
Exactly.
Look, the biggest thing now, look, you and I both know this. I hate the term woke. Because it's not about because it was taken from us and used by white people and then weaponized as something bad to something bad.
Oh yeah.
But the fact that the biggest thing is the LGBT community, okay? And I've said this openly numerous times. There have always been lesbians, gay men, bisexual people. You just weren't. It was never just open about bisexual men. It's always been open about bisexual women because it was always thought to be hot, right? It was always thought to be a fetish type shit. Yo, I got a chick that go both ways. You know what I'm saying? We heard it in so many rap songs. Trans people have always existed, but for lack of better words, in the shadows. And
Yep.
I only say that because of the threat that they faced a lot, right?
hmm
The only thing that's the newest thing that I've openly said that people have to start being way more understanding with is when it comes to the pronoun situation. And the only reason I said it as somebody, yes, this is what you want to be identified with. That is fine. Perfect. But when you got somebody who is 60, 70 years old and you're trying to tell them out of the blue that now if they've seen you as a man, you don't present as a woman, or you don't present as a man if you're a woman. They have to now identify you as something else, or even use they, them. When you are taught as a child, they, them, and their are plural,
Right.
or are primarily done with plural, or you're talking about something. I forgot. It's like maybe third or fourth person in a sentence the way it's done, or second person, something like that. You was like, so where did they go? So where did Jim go? Jim and Lenny went somewhere. Well, Jim went with them to blah 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 because you don't say Lenny again because Lenny was already inferred in the first sentence, some shit like that. But the thing is, it's relatively new to older people, especially. Yeah, there's some people who are just like, fuck it, this is what it is. It's changing. Okay, it is what it is. There are some people who have been in this shell of life of what can be. Look, I will never expect anybody in a rural town that has had a small population that have been to themselves their entire life to all of a sudden understand the change of the urban structure of the world. I will not, because it'd be absurd to think that. It's asinine to think that a motherfucker that's lived in a small town with a population of 750, you think all of a sudden they go to a big city and somebody says, no, my pronouns are they, them. They're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's going to be an exact reaction too.
It's just, you have to be more, people can't be like, oh, you're just blah, blah, blah. You got to be understanding to where people, now some people who are just hesitant and resistant and want to be assholes to it, absolutely. Absolutely. But people who are just like, what the fuck are you? What the fuck? No, I was in school. That's a he, him, or that's him, that's a guy, that's a her, that's a she, that's a girl, that's a woman. All these different things. That's what they know. That's what they were taught. Yes, you're asking people to be retaught at older ages.
Right.
Sorry, y'all. I just feel like I need to vent that.
You got it all out, folks. You got it all out. But no, I get what you're saying on that. And it's just the conservative grifting is a big headache in so many ways of word, and especially with all this talk with Candace Owens and Kanye West, whatever like this. Like I wrote them motherfuckers off a long time ago. It's like
that bitch Candace Owens was written off after Trump lost.
Exactly.
She needed something to lean on to latch on to. Look, for as terrible as that bitch is, she's smart.
Yeah.
She needed something to latch onto for new relics, for a new sense of relic. She always had the diehard conservatives who were the only ones who were really paying attention to it because everybody else just blocked, like you said, blocked this bitch out.
Right.
But Kanye West was the perfect fucking person. Because he's always dropped hints of certain things like that. And look, surprising as it may be to some people, there are a lot of black people who are diehard Republican.
Right.
There just are. And people are like, well, black people should be Democrats, blah, blah, blah. Look, they're just people who've always been that way. Kanye just was able to, we don't know if Dr. Donda West, everybody keep being like, oh, Donda with this, that, and that. You don't know what Donda West's political beliefs were. So
yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm not shooken by this because I'm not too surprised by it. But at the same time, too, it's like, you gotta watch who idolize and look up to.
When people, and like, I know the big thing is like Kanye's anti-Semitic remarks and blah, 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 they're causing hate, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't disavow them. But somebody said something. I was just thinking about this. I swear to God, I was just thinking about this when I went and picked this up about an hour ago.
Okay.
Somebody said something that was really poignant. Kanye's remarks, if Kanye was white, he'd have been elected president. But because he's black, he is crucified over it. Now, don't get me wrong. He is wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I am definitely saying that. But it is definitely a different way in this which is being handled and looked at and viewed because Kanye is a black dude. And some people will say, oh, it's because Kanye has a bigger following, et cetera, which, yes, that plays part of it. But it is easier. And we see it all the time. And people this country hates to admit it. It is easier to demonize a black man than it is anybody else.
Oh, no doubt.
And again, am I saying Kanye is wrong? He's absolutely fucking wrong. He's absolutely out of his fucking mind. Look, and the problem is, like I told everybody, you can say all you want about all these brands need to stop cutting ties with him. The nigga is still going to make money. Because guess what? His music is going to, the moment y'all say he's canceled, just like every conservative artist, when they all of a sudden face the social media scrutiny or backlash for whatever, what happens with their album sales? What happens with their streams? It shoots through the fucking roof. Y'all gonna keep making this nigga money regardless.
And then to have people with like Joe Rogan or somebody like giving them platforms too, he bound to, be well off no matter what.
Because the crazy part is about to be, and let's just keep it real, people who have never fucking listened to Kanye a day in their life, people who swore but now they hated that man's music, are now about to be like, oh, Kanye is one of the greatest artists ever. He's one of the greatest fucking producers ever, blah, blah, blah. Come on, y'all. We know what this is, but it's the fact that you think people keep thinking they can stop. Look, we're using this political divide, unfortunately, in this country to think it can stop something from happening. But the problem is when you cut off one head, two more takes its place. Shouts out to Hydra. But that's what it is. If you cut off somebody's head for them being, you say you don't like them being conservative and saying what the things that they say, or just being hella right-wing or anti-Semitic or racist or neo-Nazis, all that shit.
Right.
All of a sudden, those who align with that support that person more. And they make sure they spend money on that person.
I.e. Gina Carano, even though she got booed off Mandalorian.
Bitch, how you fumble that bag, I will never understand.
Right.
Look, Evangeline Lilly may fuck around and die in that man to watch. They like, we can't have this brought on anymore because she was part of the January 6th shit. But even when it came to Letitia, to an extent, you got to realize you finna fuck up a bag you might not ever get again like this.
Nope.
And Gina Carano, I said it when I was doing that other show. Gina Carano ain't good enough of an actor to act like the way she been acting. And now you doing these bullshit Daily Wire films,
right?
That are conspiracy theory Lifetime stories. Get the fuck out of here,
right?
I'd rather have my morals. No, bitch, you finna sink into you. If you haven't done it already, you're going to sink into depression because you're gonna realize don't nobody want to fuck with you because you fuck. If you're willing to fumble that bag, the Disney bag, bitch, you willing to fuck up anybody's money.
Oh yeah. So it is what it is with that. Yeah, but in other news, oh, Mr. Wyatt is back. Mr. Wyatt is back.
I gotta watch the promo he cut on Friday. Did you see it?
No, I saw the one before.
Okay. What you think?
Man, I think heads are rolling, and what's gonna be crazy is I think with this rendition of Return / Bray Wyatt, we're getting a rendition to where everybody's gonna be on notice. He's not gonna pinpoint who he's gonna go after just yet, biding his time. So it's just a matter of not only when or who, but how many, because everybody could be on notice. Yeah. So
okay. I was say, did Wyndham get you? Did the Wyatt Six get you? Then you was like, everybody be on notice. Almost. And I was like, you faded to black. I was like, oh shit.
Almost. But no, I was gonna say it could be to a point where he makes up a character so dominant that both heels and faces be like, hey, we can't just take on this motherfucker by ourselves. We got kind of like on some team up type shit.
Here's what I think. So I do think there is a possibility this nigga may run around as all 7 personalities. But I also think, if I'm not mistaken, I think when he was talking on SmackDown, I think he set up the program and nobody keeps understanding. The program is Bray Wyatt versus Wyndham Rotunda. And he's genius enough to pull it off.
Right.
But if he is using all 6 of these motherfuckers to come at people, and just like I can pick any nigga, do you understand how terrified I'd be to see Mercy the Buzzard Bray Wyatt come out with a rocket chair? All of a sudden, the Rambling Rabbit version, the Husky Harris version, nigga, right. I would be terrified if the Husky Harris version came out after me.
I'm like, get away from me, damn pig.
And then this nigga will if this nigga throws back on the Fiend outfit and just started murdering niggas, no Jesus.
That's what I'm waiting on. He put on that Fiend outfit. I'm like, oh hell.
If them lights drop and all of a sudden you hear, I'm like, oh shit, bitch run. I'm gonna just tell Alexa Bliss, bitch run. I'm gonna say it through the screen, bitch run.
Right.
They coming for you, bitch. But like, it's interesting because everybody is wondering, like, is it him or is it a faction? I would rather it be just him.
Yeah.
Because with a faction, look, the best thing going right now was the bloodline. Okay, listen, I didn't want to like this shit, but when they finally stump a mud hole in Sammy's ass, boy, they gonna skyrocket that man to glory.
Yes, he is.
Because you can see it coming. So, but if you have the Wyatts, eventually it's gonna break up.
Yeah,
it's gonna break up, and then it's like I trust Triple H because I think Triple H trusts him. So, but when that mom said, I'm a servant, I just go where it was told. Oh, Nick, what? Do you understand how fearful? Again, I agree with you. How afraid I would be. Hey, bro,
it's gonna be wild, man.
Who this nigga? Bro, you hear, yo, Rambling Rabbit was on Raw. Mercy the Buzzard was on SmackDown. For some reason, Husky Harris really showed up on NXT. Nigga, as all of a sudden, Saturday night's main event had the Fiend. Okay, you're like, what the fuck? It's good.
I was gonna say it all going back to the Fiend. Once that music and stuff hit and them lights turned dark red, I could see Seth Rollins damn near shitting on himself. He's like, I thought I got rid of you.
I wouldn't even talk. I'm Seth Rollins. Ain't no talking. You know what? I'm sorry. Be blessed in Jesus' name. I believe. Give a verbal exorcism. Be blessed in Jesus' name. Am I here?
Yeah, you froze for a hot minute, but
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be something else. I'm just waiting to see how War gonna rock out though.
Hey, bro, I just think it's gonna work out. I think it's honestly gonna work out.
Yeah, because I already see Edge and Beth coming back for Judgment Day. The question is, who else they're gonna have on their squad? Because I mean, OC, they already gonna fight him at Crown Jewel.
Yeah, that's cool to get that done with.
Right.
Because you gotta have one more.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be the best person to join Edge and Beth Phoenix? Fuck.
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
Right.
I also like the smart move they did to throwing Rey Mysterio on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I don't think people want to say that was genius.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to save this for WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
You want to save them fighting for WrestleMania. You want to just make sure keep them as far away from each other as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And if Ray got to go out, let him go out at Mania with him. Let him go out. Let his son beat him.
Right.
Unfortunately, because Dominic Mysterio is, for WWE standards, terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. I mean, unless he get a little bit more work to, get some moves going and whatever else needs to be done with him, yeah.
Dominic should have stayed, and he should have been in NXT. He should have been in NXT.
100.
He should have been able to work. Look, I understand that the pandemic forced Vince and them to come up with creative ideas and storylines to run, which in turns forced Dominic into the picture with Seth Rollins and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You gave him the tag titles. Afterwards, send that nigga to NXT. Look, he has the road veteran experience because of that, but he's now still learning the game.
Exactly.
He understands the road, but now he has to understand the system and how to work more. And it's better for him down there.
I would rather him went than damn Shinsuke Nakamura, to be honest.
Well, I think, look, I agree. I would, but also here's the difference though. Shinsuke adds a pop to it.
I get you.
It's Shinsuke Nakamura.
Right.
If you got to say this, who's popping up on NXT next week? Shinsuke Nakamura. Who are you more excited to see pop up on NXT next week? Shinsuke Nakamura or Dominic Mysterio? Who are you going to automatically say? And then probably look at me stupid for giving you two choices. Right. Shinsuke Nakamura, the fuck? You going to look at me stupid for giving you those two choices.
Right.
Ain't nobody finna fucking say, man, I'm more excited to see Dominic. I'll slap the dog shit out you. Like, no. I ain't finna say no shit like that, bro. And so he could, I mean, I think he could serve purpose well down there. I hate that NXT is so depleted that it is really hard to get into this new batch of talent, because we're at the point where their new batch of talent is literally, for the most part, homegrown talent or NXT UK talent.
Right.
Like, it's some indie talent down there, but it's not any. There's not that I can tell. Besides, there aren't any. Unless I'm missing somebody, is there any major indie name in the past 5 years right now that we're seeing heavily on NXT?
Not that I could think of.
Exactly. So because of that, you bring Mandy Rose down. You turned her again. Look what it did for Mandy Rose.
She's gonna be like the women's champ for about a year come Tuesday.
But look how it's worked her. Look how it made her better as a wrestler.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She's become astronomically better.
Mm-hmm.
So if it can do that for Mandy Rose, why the fuck can't it do that for Dominic Mysterio?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? It can do that for Dominic Mysterio because, yeah, she's working with all the newer girls. Mandy still has that experience from being on the main roster. But now she's training more. She gets to enhance herself more. Where if hypothetically you bring her back up, she's a real fucking contender.
Oh yeah.
Like Mandy Rose at this, you gonna put some respect on my goddamn name. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right. She be living up to that too, no doubt.
No doubt.
What'd you think about Halloween Havoc overall?
I didn't watch it because I just watched clips. Because I'll be honest, the only reason I watched clips was there was nothing about any angle that really interested me. I don't like, all I know is about the Creed brothers and the dude is that he's turned on them at whatever that last pay-per-view was that they had, where it was the NXT versus NXT UK.
Right.
Like, I remember that. I don't care about Tyler Bate. I do not care about a big strong boy. I don't. Because here's the problem. You can be there's this thing that people are I think people are finally starting to fucking realize again. No matter how much you turn a tiny dude and how strong they are, a motherfucker who is 6'3", 6'4" is still way more overpowering than you.
Oh yeah.
And even looks more physically dominating. And should fit in real life would. So I don't believe him as a heavyweight as much. And I know people are like, well, what about Rey Mysterio? Yeah, same thing. But we saw Rey Mysterio get the dog shit beat out of him when he had the title. Right. Ilya Dragunov, okay, you're just another dude to me. Like, it hasn't been a guy since Finn Balor from NXT UK. And now he wasn't even in the UK. He was in straight NXT.
Right.
I mean, so like the card just didn't really, they gave Wesley something because they had to.
Right. I was like, thank God, give this man something.
Carmelo
and Trick whooping on.
Cause this nigga was sitting down here lonely. Cause it's like, what are you going to do? You're not gonna bring back Nash. You just not.
Nope.
Like, people keep being like, oh, you should bring him back cause the shit with Kimberly was false. It was the Hitler picture more than the Kimberly shit.
Yes, it was.
I don't think people get that. It wasn't the Kimberly shit. It was the Hitler picture, nigga. Oh, well, he was just joking when he did that. You don't joke like that.
No, hell no.
So, but again, this shows you how shitty people are.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you how terrible. Let me tell you how something that's going to be fucked up. And you're probably the second person I told this to on camera, if I haven't seen anybody on camera. From what I have heard from all sources, from several different trusted people, The Flash is a good damn movie. It is sad that Ezra Miller's a fuck up because The Flash is good. Wow. They say Ezra Miller is good in this movie. And I was like, that is terrible because you cannot continue a franchise with this motherfucker. Then what you gonna say? Oh, they apologized? They apologized. They had a sex cult. This motherfucker was grooming teenagers, a teenage bitch, to give birth to the apocalypse.
And when I'm hearing all this too, it reminds me of Issa Rae recently calling out the studio. Like, how y'all just gonna hold this damn movie and this dude or whatever like that, knowing what the fuck he did?
I mean, she has the best point in the fucking world. But also, we've already established why. Zaslav is like, yo, we can't lose $200 million. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You're going to say that, right? Okay. Batgirl was $70 million and already out. And if you thought it was going to be something, slide it at a date at theaters. Because I guarantee you, if it's $70 million, all you need to make is at least $250.
Right.
Actually, less than that, 2.5 times. So $170 roughly. But you're going to make $250 out of its initial run. Then throw it on HBO Max. You cannot say you just don't want to eat the $200 million. Because the problem is, yes, again, this goes back to the conservative shit we talked about earlier. People won't support it just because of those stupid situations.
Right.
But you are literally saying that what this motherfucker does is okay.
Yeah, and I already know, we didn't talk before about how Zach keep his shit ain't no way. So
Huh? You breaking up?
no, I was saying we
The
low key
last,
already.
like the last two words you said broke up.
No, I was just saying, you know, how we already talked low key how Zaslav was kind of a piece of shit low key anyway. So it's like,
Yep.
not too surprising. That's why
Not too surprising at all.
that's why a majority of DC stuff is currently leaving HBO Max because of him.
Did you see Black Adam?
Not yet. That is on my list next.
Okay.
I'm hearing it is good. It is definitely good.
It's a popcorn movie. It's a go there, eat popcorn, enjoy the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, what this is supposed to, here's the problem. You cannot build an entire universe. You can build it. Let me say this. You can build a universe around Dwayne Johnson. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Right.
You cannot build a universe around Black fucking Adam. Did you hear me or did I break up?
No, I heard you.
I'm just saying you can't, but
no, I feel you.
It's just like this. The story is all over the place because again, I will always stand on this. Just make this nigga a villain.
Basically,
just be, bro. Please do something else. Show me you got range as an actor.
Thank you.
I get it. You are one of the highest box office draws in Hollywood currently. You are extremely charismatic. There is no denying that. I will not try to argue that at all. But at one point, we're getting at the point where if you've seen one Dwayne Johnson movie, you've seen them all.
Yeah. They too scared to walk on pins and needles to ruin this, you know, good guy, real life good guy image that he's got or whatever. And it's like there's a plethora of people who've played villains in the past. They planet in real life. So it's like, what's the big damn difference?
I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it. Your payment is due tomorrow. Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck is coming out my damn account? Sorry. I got a thing. A text message was like, your after payment is, look, Afterpay is probably the best shit and the worst shit in the world.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, cool, I can get some now. But then I was like, be like, oh, fuck, here come this pay.
Right. Because I go through that with shop.com.
Bro, be buying shit, be like, all right, all I got to give you right now is $30. I'll take this $30. I'll take $30.
Yeah, 2 weeks later, it's like, oh shit, I forgot this coming out. Damn it.
Fuck. Well, you might got $30 I can borrow real quick before I got to make sure it don't good.
Hey, you got to do it borrow real quick.
So yeah. What else, bro? Like your boy not coming back to AEW, thank God, for it seems like.
Yeah, so
did you hear me?
No, you cut off.
Fuck, this wind is really fucking shit up. Okay, cool. I'm glad this is the only one I got to do today because now this is gonna be terrible. Right. Your boy not coming back to AEW, it seems.
Oh, punk ass Phil Brooks.
Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad. Here's the problem, though. The damage is done.
Oh, yeah.
The damage is done. And Tony Khan is finna. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me preface this. It suck. It's going to cost people their jobs, but when that motherfucker shuts its doors, I am going to laugh because it's going to be very soon.
I'll be if they last 2 years.
I give it 2 more years. I give it 2 more years at that.
So between this stuff with Moxley getting an extra 5-year run, just stuff.
Also, Moxley.
Yeah, go ahead.
Moxley was cool. Moxley said, "Yo, I don't need a major contract. I'll do the indies and I'll be fine.
Right.
I'll be fucking fine."
Mm-hmm. Stuff that happened recently with Hangman Page. Hopefully he turned out cool. Is there ain't been any updates on that recently?
I haven't heard anything. Here's another thing. Let's just ask it. Maybe I'm missing something. If I break up when I say this, please let me know.
Okay.
What is the point of trying to kill yourself every week on Dynamite? Over half that AEW roster does stupid shit every week on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Not a pay-per-view.
Right.
Dynamite. You motherfuckers are trying to. This is why I say this is an indie show with a budget.
Basically.
It's an indie show with a fucking budget. Every week, motherfuckers trying to bleed to death, flip all this. This is why the talent in WWE can last. Yes, they do more shows, but their bodies can last a little bit longer.
Exactly.
For as much bullshit as people talk about with Vince in the back being like, yo, y'all not finna do all this shit every night. Well, why not? They should be able to do it. Look at the results.
And even Billy Gunn said himself, he's like, you ain't gotta go through all that. Just pace yourself. Learn how to pace yourself in the ring.
Let me tell you something. I got 22 years in this business. People be like, well, you ain't done shit. You're right. I ain't done shit in wrestling, but I've had longevity and I got a lot of respect for what I do. Whenever I go do a match now, every time I've done a match, people like, A, that was fucking amazing. B, that was great storytelling. Yo, and I didn't know you could do some of the shit you did. Right, because I do it when I need to do it.
Right.
When it's time for me to fly around this motherfucker and run and move and all this shit, I'm pacing it. It's not every 10 seconds I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I do it, it's, again, the story is setting up. Okay, who am I working? Why are we doing this? What's the story? Like I just did a 6-man last Saturday, right?
Right.
The story was I come in and make the save at the beginning of the show for the dude who's one of the president of the company, but he's also in a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
History shows I have beef with him, right? But for some reason, after my last tag team match, me and my partner fell out, so I go make the save for him. And it's also against 3 dudes I don't care for.
Right.
So the story is now I'm the reluctant tag team partner with the other 2.
Okay.
So me whooping on the other 3, it's nothing to it. But like when I'm tagging with them, I don't really have to be here with y'all, but I'm here. Just,
Right.
I'm here. So when everything is happening, when I come in for the hot tag, because I'm the one that should take the hot tag.
Mm-hmm.
When I finally come in, it pops the crowd.
Right.
When I'm doing all the shit, when I'm moving, flying around the ring, go, 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 go. Everybody like, oh shit, this is what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. The finish happens. I get the finish. All of a sudden, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Everybody was like, great storytelling.
Exactly.
And the match moves, the crowd. Another thing, we're not overpacing the fucking crowd. That's the thing, too. People are a lot of these guys, especially, are working just to work for themselves. And keep forgetting there's a fucking crowd. I get frustrated, bro. I get frustrated.
And then, of course, lastly, with all the constant backstage drama between talent, it's like, your shit gonna implode.
You gave the worst thing they could have said, number one.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing that ever could have came out was, these are the pillars of this company. Okay, right. Here's why that's the worst thing to be said. Because when you started bringing other motherfuckers in, those pillars didn't matter anymore.
No, they did not.
Cody Rhodes leaving was the biggest sign of everything about to go downhill with this place.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes was an executive vice president and was like, I'm good. I'm gone.
Right.
Cody Rhodes leaves. All of a sudden, every ex-WWE guy that gets released damn near and woman gets released is coming over. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And look, who are they really using? That's an ex-WWE talent. Who is really in a spotlight? That's an ex-WWE talent right now. They all feel shitty now because when they were brought in, they were hot shit. And now they thrown in the middle.
Only 2 people I can think of is Moxley and Jericho.
But you have to, because those 2 have but they got the recognition to keep everybody on their toes. Jericho's the only one. That's why Jericho being the first champ made sense. I probably broke up. Okay, I assume I broke up because you froze and me froze. Okay. I was saying Jericho being the first champ made sense.
Right.
It made sense. But also, let's just end this here because I think it's probably recording with this win. Tell the people how they can find you.
All right, check me out. Instagram, CCW_78. Also, Chauncey, CHAUNCI Vision. I got a YouTube page. I got an Instagram page on that as well. You can also check me out on CPrime78 on TikTok. I'll start putting more of my movie and TV reviews up on there. And you can check me out on Facebook, Chauncey C. Woodson.
That's what up, y'all. Y'all already know where I'm at everywhere. Hopefully next one I'm doing with these, the win ain't as high because, again, these SoCal wins, they will knock some shit out. Holler at y'all next time. I guarantee when I stop recording this, we should be able to talk a little bit better. I'm out. Bye.